quite inspirational and rousing music, and you know what? We love being inspirational on our channel here, Ho-Chan, a home of crafts, hobbies and art. And one of the most inspirational things that you can do and actually achieve, I believe, is a watercolour painting. Having spoken to our wonderful presenters that have had a go, knowing that I've had a little bit of a go myself in the past as well. Leonie and Charlie have had a go at it as well, Matthew.
Yeah.
What would you say to anybody watching as an introduction to their watercolour?
I think the thing is, it's got this fear about it. Any art form's got that fear about it, but it's just getting over those first steps. I always say that with painting. But what I've been trying to do for all these years is put together things that make it easier for you. And today is a perfect example of that. It really is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely spot on for that.
And in what way? Is it because we are working in sepia, the one colour then? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few nice things we can talk about here. So it's working in sepia.
Okay.
It's having this step-by-step tuition, but there's one little nice quirky thing that I've been trying to get on a Chander for a while, and we finally pulled it off this time.
Okay.
And it's a pre-drawn watercolour on watercolour paper.
Okay.
So it's ready sketched in for you, you know.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of the fear. You look at a painting like this and think, well, how are you going to paint that, you know?
Yes.
But we've sketched this in for you.
Okay.
It's ready to go, so you can paint it. You can follow the DVD that's in the one day special, and you're off.
So by way of introduction there, Matthew, thank you so much for working with me to incorporate everybody here. This is a show for absolutely everybody.
It is.
Because we don't want you to be fearful. We don't want you to be sort of like I could have been back in the day as well, quite negative and think, oh gosh, I'm not an artist, I can't draw. And you get struck with that fear of creativity. But everybody is potentially a watercolourist inside, is what you would subscribe to.
It's just following the recipe book,
Okay.
which is what this is. It's a recipe for painting.
So we will give you that. So you've got the ability, and I'll ask Matthew just to take us through exactly what we get, but just by way of a headline and introduction, you will get the ability to recreate this wonderful watercolour in sepia with an image of Prague, as you can see there, and you will get the know-how, you will get the materials, and you will get the absolute guidance all the way through to be able to recreate that once you've bought everything in this show that you're going to need at your fingertips. So Matthew, what do you get in the one day special to actually get this today?
Okay, well, first of all, I just mentioned the price is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's a better price than I thought. So this is a wonderful offer that we're giving you here, folks. First of all, we've got this wonderful DVD. Now, this is on for 2 hours, 18 minutes, we were saying. Okay. And basically, this is a complete step-by-step watercolour on creating this beautiful scene of the Charles Bridge in Prague. Exclusive, and this is the thing, it's exclusive to a Chander and limited edition. Yeah. So you'll only see that until
while it's available.
6 o'clock, is it tomorrow?
Yeah, 6
If it's
PM
still
tomorrow.
with us, yeah. So this is purely just for that, folks. It really is, and that's over 2 hours. And we can see a clip there. This has got the pre-drawn picture. That is sketched in for you. So it comes with a sheet of watercolour paper ready drawn. Stick it down to a board if you've got one. If not, just paint on it. Yeah. And it comes with the colour you need to do the picture as well. It's a complete step-by-step course with a nice kind of overhead camera, so nothing's in the way of it. Every colour's there, every bit of detail. It's a wonderful way of learning watercolour, it really is. And there's over 2 hours of tuition here.
You see, you'd pay so much for that, and that is, I mean, you know, if you were to pay for that as a course, you know, a one-to-one or 8 students to one with you in the room there, Matthew, you would pay so much for that in one way.
Yeah.
But just as a DVD available separately, I think it's like £15.60 worth of value.
It is.
Just on its own, if you go and try and buy that on today's show singly, which of course you can do if you really want. But the one day special is available with £10 off, and it's just £23.50 for the one day special, and that DVD with £15.60 worth of value in it for the £23.50. And what else are we getting for that price then, Matthew?
So we're giving you 6 sheets of 100% cotton watercolour paper, really high end, but one of those 6 sheets is this one here. Now this one is the pre-drawn. It's a pigment-based ink, so nothing's going to spread, nothing's going to bleed. It's designed for the job. It's printed direct onto the watercolour paper, so you can literally pick it up and paint. This is a nice example. I've prepared this. If I just kind of swing this over in front here, if that's okay. This kind of shows half and half. It shows the sketch, and it shows half of the painting, so you can see. Yeah, exactly. It shows how the two marry up, and it just takes a huge bit of fear out of that watercolour. Of course, you have the rights to photocopy this, use it again. You can trace this, so you can use it as many times as you like. You've got 6 sheets of 100% cotton watercolour paper, and we've also given you a large tube of natural brown, which is the official colour of two things. It's the colour of sepia and it's the colour of trees and branches. It was designed for those two reasons. This is a Matthew Palmer colour, what's been mixed and blended to my own spec, working with the SAA.
Okay, so we've got this working with the SAA again. The SAA, of course, AA standing for all artists.
That's
as
right,
well.
yes.
So all encompassing the SAA. We've got details on how to get membership as well, and we'll take you through that in due course because it is a wonderful, wonderful organisation as well. So there are your Matthew Palmer paints that have been pre-mixed. We've got the SAA paints as well, and all sorts to get onto. But Matthew, a phenomenal price here, and
you know,
the amount of heart and soul that you've put into it, and for us to get access to that for $23.50 today is extra. Well, for $33.50, we're lucky to be able to buy into something like that. But today, for the one day special, $23.50 gets us that wonderful natural brown, useful for your branches, your trees, and your sepia. And Matthew, just confirm for us the imagery here.
Yes.
You've used the natural brown in the one we're looking at.
Yes.
And also, is it one other colour that you've incorporated?
Well, if we take a look at these two paintings here, actually, Mike.
Both of them, okay.
If we can do that, okay. This one here of Venice, this was done 100% with natural brown. Wow. This one was done with about 95% natural brown because I just wanted to put that little bit of extra darkness into it.
Moodiness,
So natural grey came into it, but natural brown will let you paint sepia pictures because if we take a look at this here, I'm sort of jumping around the cameras here, but we can see it goes from a dense, deep, almost black, right down to this lovely, warm, kind of peachy brown. Yeah. Almost a flesh tone, can we see that? So with dilution, natural brown was designed to give you thousands of tones.
Amazing.
So you can do both of these pictures and hundreds more just with two colours. And of course, we've got a few examples here as well.
Oh, let's show these.
It's nice to show this.
This is inspirational.
I love sepia.
Yeah, this is inspirational.
Sepia and monochrome we're talking about here, folks. It's not just using the one colour, you can use other colours to get that.
Oh, hang on, I've got a bit of sort of dye colour there in there, so sort of trichroic. But here, look at this.
So this is a scene of Paris, and some people may recognise this because it's been done at a workshop, but I've repainted it recently in natural brown. So it's got that wonderful kind of antique feel, which really suits places like Paris. Now, if you talk about monochrome and sepia, we can also use different colours. Okay. This one here, we've got natural grey. Now, this one, if you rotate to the side, this is actually a scene of Paris, and we can see this is the Opera House in Paris, done in natural grey throughout, but the same techniques you will learn from doing this are on that DVD.
So you can take with you, once you've learned how to do it on the DVD with sepia in brown, in natural brown, take that forward as well. And just, I mean, may I show the other two actually as well? Because I know you're introducing red, but the backdrop here is multitude of different shades of monochrome.
Two colours, natural grey, and this one is a cadmium red. So you can start to introduce the second colour, but again, the DVD will teach you the techniques of painting buildings, sketching buildings, drawing buildings, painting them, shadows, and applying strength in colour. And there's nothing finer than painting a monochrome. It really is. It's lovely.
It looks great to appreciate the shadows. Love your idea, Matthew, of revisiting other watercolours that you've done in the past, last month, last year, 5 years ago, revisiting and repeating the same image, but doing it again in black and white or sepia. Love the idea of that. So, oh my gosh, this is like a don't miss out on it. Seriously, over 2 hours. It was 2 hours, 16 minutes or something we worked out earlier on that. It's exclusive and limited edition, so do not miss out on this DVD. It's worth £15.60, that DVD, just on its own. But for $23.50, okay, so for another £8 or so, you are getting 6 sheets of this 100% cotton watercolour paper. One of those 6 has been pre-printed with a permanent ink to give you the image of Prague, and you've got that image of Prague that you're going to be aiming for on the DVD with over 2 hours worth of footage with Matthew guiding you through, and you've got the natural brown, not only the colour of sepia, but also the colour of branches and trees. All of that with a £10 saving down to $23.50 today. 827-876 to order now on your one-day special. Don't miss out. So, Matthew, we did mention the pick and mix briefly. We can spend a bit more time looking at it now.
Absolutely, So there's 14 colours in the range, and these have all been designed by me, working with the SAA very closely to produce a unique palette of natural colours designed to replicate natural things. So, for example, greens for foliage. These greens look like trees, you know, it's simple as that. If you're talking sepia, and monochrome, the 3 colours that you want to go for, because remember you get 3 colours here for $15.99.
Yeah.
It's the 3 here. These go wonderfully alongside the one-day special.
Okay.
So you've got natural grey, just
so
here.
these 3 here by my finger, natural grey that you're pointing to.
These 3 in the tubes here.
Okay.
So these 3 here. So we've got natural grey, which is the most important colour because it shadows basically.
Yes, yeah.
Then you've got the 2 wonderful skin tone light, skin tone dark. These 2 work seamlessly alongside natural brown, which is included in the one-day special.
Add those 3. So if we get natural brown in the one-day special anyway, add the 3 just to the left of natural brown if you go for the pick and mix, if you're working from scratch then today.
That's right.
Looking for your shading.
And that'll give you the monochromatic palette.
Okay, brilliant.
Black and whites for sepias.
Yeah, yeah. Your shades. Okay, lovely stuff, Matthew. So we're picking and mixing. We're choosing 3 with $3.36 off when you get them on the pick and mix. So they're $15.99 plus delivery to order now. And Matthew, you'll be using your palette usually as ever. And here it is.
Yeah. So this is something what I designed a few years ago, and it's a palette what was designed by me to suit my personal needs. Yeah. And they are to have something that's easy to clean, number 1, something that's got loads of mixing space too, and thirdly, little areas where you can squirt paint. If I lift this up, you can see where I've squirted the colour here, and you can leave it there basically. You don't have to clean these little bits out, leave those there, but just while we're looking close in, can you see how shiny that is compared
really
to the back? Okay. Now, what that means is that it's got a silicone coating and no corners anywhere, so it's dead easy to wipe clean.
Okay, so if you're
very deep as well, a very deep palette.
So areas you put your colour, leave them, but areas where you're mixing, you're going to want to clean it out,
wipe it out,
and wipe out.
Bit of damp tissue comes out of tree, it really does.
Okay, all right. Brilliantly designed here. It's a perfect companion for you. So $11.99 plus delivery for it today. It's $936,824. And then the lift-out brush set here, Matthew. Got those there. Is that 3 brushes included?
It is, yeah. It's the first time we've seen all 3 together. So this is the new extra large, the large and the small. Lift-out brushes, super price $9.99 as well.
I don't think I've seen them.
No, I haven't seen them that price before. That's a great value.
Yeah.
This is an example actually of lift-out. Can we see this monochrome one of Paris that we looked at earlier? Right. This was a thick wash of natural grey, and then the lift-out brushes were designed for taking away all of the highlights from the moon to the window frames to the street lamp shine. So it was like a negative painting. And lift out is a great way of adding highlights to watercolours. And people that come to my workshops and classes know about this. It's a great way of working, it really is. And for a tenner, folks, it's a cracking kit.
You're telling me, Matthew.
Beautiful kit.
It's not the first. I mean, it's the first time I've seen the lift-out brushes in a set of 3 here for that price. To be honest, let me know if I've seen it before because I can't remember. 920933 is your item number to order on the lift-out brushes. And then because we've mentioned the SAA before, and the AA in SAA stands for All Artists, and I love that. The idea that anybody and all, literally, are welcome at the SAA.
It is. The SAA is, I would say, the largest art group in the world. I think they are. Right. It's a huge following of artists and people that just want to start out painting, people that are professionals as well, all levels, like you say, all artists. Yeah. My parents bought me a membership, this when I was about 14.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm 41 now, so you can do the math on that one.
Is that where it started
and I've been
for
a
you?
member, because I wanted to paint. These guys give you the confidence, and what they do is they will send you, as part of the membership, regular magazines, huge discounts on art products.
Yes, it's all in here actually, isn't it? Because you get your it's like a catalogue, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's the largest catalogue of art materials I've ever come across. It is full to the rafters with materials. SAA get free shipping on products, just for members. This is Paint magazine that we're talking about now, so we can see here that...
I'm jumping ahead.
No, this is fine, but the magazine is only available to members, okay? It comes straight to your door as a member. You get a year's worth of this. It's every 2 months you get this, and it's full of step-by-step tutorials.
You're mentioning about the prices that the SAA have, so that's the shop magazine as well that you get here.
Yeah.
So big discounts.
So there's 2 prices in there, one for SAA members and one for non-members, and of course, if you work it out, you can sort of guess that the members get cheaper price and free shipping as well.
Yeah.
But if you join the SAA for the year membership through Hochanda, we've put together something a bit more exciting, because what we're going to give you, as well as the normal member benefits, is a couple of little bonuses.
Okay.
We're going to give you a Matthew Palmer DVD on painting the Amalfi coastline, which features this painting here. You can get a quick flash of the picture here. So a step-by-step how to do this watercolour, that's included for free. Again, $15.60 in the value for that one.
Yeah.
That's yours to keep. And then something that shocked me is one of the best selling sets of brushes we've produced, which is a set of 2 branch and detail brushes. These retail at £20. So you get in a free membership.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, hang on, I've got that covered. So
You're
the
in
DVD's
profit.
worth $15.60,
You're in
and then the
profit.
brush is
£20.
£20. So that's $35.60.
You also get a £5
worth.
spend in the catalogue as well.
That's really good.
So you're in profit.
Okay.
You're in profit.
Wow, have a little think. I'm already thinking, and if you can't sort of think of anybody straight away, pull your phone out, go into the contacts on your phone and scroll through friends and family, because I bet you'll find at least 3 or 4 people that would absolutely love an annual membership, maybe for their birthday or something. Only in the UK, so if you're watching in the UK now, the United Kingdom, that is available to you right now. So 790-996. We love being easy on Hochanda, you know, just call the number, you get on the web and you order whatever. This one's slightly more interesting the way you order it, so I'll show you how to do it on the website. So you go onto hochanda.com, you find the item, which is on our show now, or type in the item number, then you scroll down past everything else, okay, past all the wording, and then you've got the hyperlink, it's called these days, isn't it? So you click on that for the SAA membership, and then it takes you directly to the SAA. You'll recognise you've gone to the right web location, because you'll spot the Hochanda logo as well. Oh, you've got some Derwent Inktense pencils there as well. Nice. But yeah, you'll click on there, and you've got the Join Now button, so it's really, really easy to do. And doing that for a friend or something could be the best gift that you ever buy them. I love how, Matthew, you told us the story about your mum and dad buying you that when you were 14.
Exactly, yeah. And I've been a member ever since, and I'm working with these guys, so it's a wonderful organisation to be involved in, folks. It really is. It keeps the artistic juices flowing.
Oh, I like it.
There you go.
I like it. Only with the people. You're only as good as the people, right? Yeah. So keep them coming. Matthew, we've got our pre-printed 100%
I'm excited about this, because I've been working to get these right for such a long time, you know, because it's not an easy thing to do, to have, you know, the stock ready drawn. It's a pre-drawn sheet of watercolour paper here, folks, on pure cotton. All I've done is stuck it to a board, basically, with masking tape, and it's ready to go. But I'm not going to paint the whole picture, because we can't do that in the time we've got.
Okay.
But I want to show you that I can quite easily paint over the top of this and it doesn't go anywhere, because I know people that have tried to print their own drawings. Watercolour paper's too thick to go through a normal printer. But a printer uses water-based ink. And what you do, of course, is you put in water. So it's not designed. This is pigment-based ink. This is like, this is the proper job. Can we say proper job?
Water's not going to make you spread it. Oh, we should mention the fact that you've planned a bit of a giveaway as well, Matthew.
Yeah. So very shortly, I'm going to start painting on the other side, as it were.
Right.
And the painting, what I do, I give away to someone that buys something from this show.
Okay.
So
anything, one day special or anything. Yeah, literally anything.
Anything, yeah.
Wow.
So a nice sepia picture we'll do for somebody.
All right. So buy anything on the show, we'll put you into a bit of a draw, and randomly we'll pick one person at random, and then you shall receive, so in some sort of way, probably just in the post, you will receive the
personal
painting that we've
delivery.
done today. Yeah, personal delivery
by the postman.
Yeah, that's it. By your local postman. That's it.
Now, you can see how easy it is to work over the top of this. It goes on smooth as anything. The sketch always remains there. This is my sketch that I did for the original painting. I thought ahead and made a copy of it, and here we are. So it's a wonderful little kit. Yeah. But let's turn it over, folks. And this is a sheet of the paper that's in the kit. You get 5 sheets. As far as painting on boards, I recommend you stick it with a bit of masking tape to a piece of old cardboard. This is probably about 10 years old, this piece of battered cardboard. But it does the job. It keeps the paper, you know, firm. But you don't have to do this. I'm a big fan of doing this as well as a beginner or someone that's just having a bit of a practice. It's nice just to chop the thing in half, and then of course it gives you the choice to have landscape or portrait. It's doubling up the amount of paper you get. But you can, the one thing to get right, apart from the tuition, is good quality paper. Seriously, you know, this is cotton. you don't normally see cotton paper, it's wood, yeah?
Yeah,
This is 100% cotton.
100% cotton.
Made in France.
Right. So you start with the best, you know, that you can get, you know, for that reason.
Which is a good link because I'm going to paint a picture of Paris, I think.
Ah, good.
Because that suits sepia. Lampposts,
Yeah.
reflection of the, is it the Seine, is it?
La Seine, oui.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Hang on, is the one how much of the one specials? Almost 20% of the stock gone in 20 minutes. That's a big stock. That's a lot of people that are already taking advantage.
It's a smashing price. I was shocked when I saw the price on this one.
You were,
we put a lot of time into this, and the DVD, like I say, folks, has been filmed exclusively just for us.
Yeah.
It's a collector's piece.
It is, isn't it? Limited edition, exclusive to Hochanda. Matthew honestly thought the price point was £10 or £15 more when he came in this afternoon, but it's not. It's £23.50. Once it's gone on the exclusivity and the limited editionness of your amazing DVD of over 2 hours worth of work and, of course, players, and it's not work, from Matthew, and guidance. You can see how beautifully it's shot as well. We're showing techniques on today's programme live, but you can see there with an overhead shot how clearly you can see it, and Matthew talks you through it as well.
Beautiful. So what I've done is I've used the XL lift out brush, which again is part of the little side kit that we've offered.
Lift out set, yeah.
And I've wet the paper because cotton paper likes to hold water. It's designed for water. Just using the one colour, which is of course is natural brown. We'll take a little bit of it. A tube of natural brown this size would paint probably 50 or 60 Prague pictures because it is so strong. A little bit goes an absolute mile, folks, and we use the lighter colour at the base. We're going to sweep it in, like you're conducting an orchestra.
Yeah.
Put a bit of music on and relax when you're painting, that's the best thing to do.
Just
I
the right
listen
kind
to
of
Iron
music.
Maiden when I'm painting.
I was just going to ask you what kind of music, the right kind.
No, not
so,
really.
Conducting an orchestra, but you could do it like a really angry, you know, depending on what you're listening to.
And we'll go much darker,
Yeah.
using the palette, lifting and mixing, really strong at the top. Beautiful drama. Look how this paper's holding that colour. It's not running down all over the place.
Yeah. Even though it's saturated, it's wet. That
It is. It's soaking. Yeah. But people ask me all the time and say, "Well, how come you paint on an easel and when I do it, all just runs down?" But it's the paper.
But you're on the cotton paper, yeah.
Yeah, it's the cotton paper.
But it's not even paper. It's 100% cotton. Yeah.
It's more like canvas, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you don't need to use an easel. I only use easels when I'm demonstrating because it's easy for people to see.
But you're normally flat down, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, on a table, that's it, yeah, basically. Now, I want to pop in some clouds on this thing as well. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a creative twist. We're going to go for a bit of drama here. So we're going to twist in the brown. There it is. Sweep it across. Now, this is just the moody, dark sepia sky. I've recently been teaching portraits at some of the classes that I do. We've been teaching them how to do a sepia portrait, and it looks so nice, like old-fashioned, you know, Victorian thing. Really nice way of working.
Like an old photograph or cameo or something. Then
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a lovely way of working. So if we twist those there, clean the brush, give it a bit of a squeeze through the fingers.
Oh wow, you're still using the same lift-out brush.
Yeah, it's the lift-out brush. It's the XL. It's the newer one.
Okay, yeah, the large one. Yeah.
Can you
Bottom
see?
of the screen for your lift-out brushes.
It's taking the colour off because it's a lift-out brush. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I'm squeezing through my fingers and I'm basically soaking up and putting light underneath the clouds.
That's added a nice little shade, dimension.
There's something nice about just using one colour because it takes a lot of the fear out. And the people that attend my classes and workshops and all that, every so often I'll do a sepia or a black and white picture because I just love doing the oldie worldy style stuff.
If we want to get involved and attend one of your workshops, Matthew, what do we have to do if it's not rude to ask?
No, it's fine. So, very popular days out, folks. Nice and relaxed. And of course, Leonie and Charlie have attended workshops in the past.
Leonie and Charlie have indeed. Yeah.
And it's watercolor.tv is the website, folks. Have a look on the website there. And Exeter, Nottingham, Guildford and Warwickshire. Okay. That's my moody sky. I want to let it dry.
Yeah.
Then we'll come back and we'll paint in a nice distant Paris landscape.
Right,
We'll give it a blast with the dryer.
All right, then. Yeah, we'll give that a blast. Sorry, I was just drifting
You
off
just
there
absorbed
thinking
them,
about,
weren't you?
I was thinking about which one to book. I'm like, oh, Nottingham or Warwickshire, which one shall I do? So, yeah, 827-876 is your item number to order the one-day special now. Something that you haven't yet seen. We've got it out in the studio, but we just haven't had a chance to mention it in that. But you get all these brushes in the brush case as well. And it's $35.30 with £30 off. This is such good value. On the brush set, you've got all your brushes there. They're listed on the left-hand side. You've got your detailer, your worker, your all-rounder, which is literally as it is, a rigger and a whopper as well. Oh, is that with bacon and cheese? There's a freedom price there too, $31.77, including your delivery there also, to get hold of that set of brushes, 094325, to order now. Very busy for the one-day special. Sorry for that dramatic pause, but it is very, very busy for that one-day special, as we thought it would be, to be honest with you. Yeah, the obligatory queues on the phone, but the best way to order is online, hochanda.com, if you want to avoid them. But hey, just hang in there. It's 3 or 4 minutes or something to do it on the phone. It's fine. Ordering on the phone is still possible. But the question is this: have you always wanted to take your watercolouring to the monochrome, the sepia? Are there special connotations that you've got with this view of Prague as well, maybe? Or is there an image that you've got, maybe once you've completed this image on your DVD, is there something at home, a watercolour image, a really cool photo that you want to recreate, or maybe a little piece of artwork, something hanging up at home? It might even be just a print or an embroidery, as long as you got, copyright on it, or if it's an image of yours that you've made in another, it might be a piece of embroidery that you've made yourself, so you own it, but to recreate that in sepia. This is the set to do it with, I tell you, because why do I say that? Why do I say this is the one-day special to do it if you've always wanted to work in sepia? Two massive reasons, two huge reasons. You can get that natural brown paint down here. You can buy that on the pick and mix, no worries. But with a £10 saving on your one-day special, you've got the big tube here, okay? So you've got more for working in your sepia. Second massive reason, if you've always wanted to work in the monochrome and the sepia, is you've got the DVD there with those magical words on the top. This is it: learn how to paint in watercolour, in monochrome and sepia. This is the one to get for all those hints and tips. It's brand new, it's exclusive, and limited edition on the DVD. Oh, but do you know the catch? Oh, it might be DVD. You know how much they can store on DVDs, like loads? It's only 10 minutes long. It's not. It's over 2 hours worth. Over 2 hours. Imagine how much that would cost to say, an experienced watercolourist like Matthew to say, oh, I wonder if you've got 2 hours spare, do you mind sitting down with me while I do? You'd be paying a little bit more than £15.60, which is what the value of the DVD is. With that in mind, £15.60, that only leaves another £8 or so on your one-day special price of £23.50 there, on top of the value of the DVD. And for that £8 or so, you are getting the large tube of natural brown there, which will do you about 50 or 60 sepia paintings. You've also got your sketched image there. That's been printed permanently on one of your 100% cotton sheets of watercolour paper, and then you've got 5 more blank sheets of your watercolour paper, which is not paper necessarily because it's 100% cotton. It's a canvas that you're working on. So a really good one-day special here, an extremely popular one. Last time we checked, about 10 minutes ago, 20% of the stock had gone. Dare say what it's going to be now. 827-876 to order now on Matthew Palmer's latest one-day special today. Oh, Maggie, we've had a picture sent in. Maggie, look at this. Oh, was that Southam that you did that?
Southam in Warwickshire, and that was
Matthew's talking.
Maggie. Yeah, so hello Maggie, and the wonderful. Yeah, I mean that just shows, don't it? What a beautiful.
Oh,
it's a lovely painting to produce, isn't it?
That's
really
lovely. That is.
It's a great one.
So the Warwickshire one is in Southam, is it? That's interesting.
Yeah,
near Banbury.
Yeah,
near Banbury, Leamington Spa. Not far. I've been there before, so yeah, that might be the one.
So what we've given you actually, we're giving you a workshop to take home, aren't we, here? Because we're giving you the paint, the DVD and the paper to do it.
Yeah.
Just add a brush and a bit of water and you've cracked it.
Yeah. So that is all we'd had. I was going to ask you that actually, Matthew, because in my introduction I said, and I felt a bit naughty saying, you know, grab the one day special and a few other items that Matthew's going to be using today, and you'll be able to recreate your watercolour painting. So what would I need? You literally just a set of brushes and that's it?
So a standard watercolour brushes is great. You can paint the entire picture using the set of 3 lift-out brushes as well.
That's what I need
which
to
is
hear.
a tenner.
Yeah.
And these will serve you for a long time.
Yeah.
But if you want to go for the, you know, all out and go for the wonderful luxury silver brush set, which is tempting, 'cause I've seen the price of
Yeah,
this.
you're getting £30 off it or something today.
You get a set of watercolour brushes here, folks. The beautiful Whopper for doing your big washes.
Yeah.
It's also looks like it'd do a good job of painting the wall, I think.
You would, you could do. You really could. You could shave with that.
Shave that one, yeah.
Did you name it the Whopper, Matthew?
No.
Oh, if only.
I know.
Never mind.
It was by a famous takeaway chain.
Yeah, okay.
And we've also got a size 10, a 6, a rigger, and the case as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the case as well.
The case is
so
really
it's a
good,
lovely
yeah.
little set there, it really is.
Yeah. It's like a £30 saving on that as well. In fact, no, it's a Freedom member. You could save even more than £30. £33.53. Almost 20% gone on that set of brushes. So a lot of people are treating themselves to that. Because it's such a good value one-day special, actually. That does feel like a bit of a guilt-free, oh, go on then, I'll get the massive brushes to go with it instead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good price
Yeah.
at £23 for the one-day special. So to add on a couple of extras, you know, it's a really great way of doing it.
Yeah. Good that you've got your options, though. So you've got the lift-out brushes for £9.99. So
That's
the
a
one-day
great choice.
special and your lift-out brushes will potentially get you through.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
2 options.
And if you're going for the pick and mix, don't forget it's the skin tones and the grey. That's a great choice if you like the idea of this atmospheric sepia.
Taking your
Great.
sepias further, yeah.
What I'm going to do now is pop some masking tape across here. I want to take away the stickiness by wiping some of the moisture. It's warm outside.
Yeah.
26 degrees, my watch says.
No.
26.
That's a computer. This is a watch.
Yeah.
That's a computer.
That's a proper watch, that one.
It's
I've
like-
got
I love saying it.
Nostalgia kick looking at that watch.
It's like 1980s style. And I always like to say, oh, can I pay for my petrol with my watch? They say, yeah, sure. Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, but I can work out how much I've spent on it.
Oh,
That's
you
why,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that.
A lot.
Yes,
Oh, someone's going to win
it's
this.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prize.
Yeah. Buy anything on the show. Absolutely anything on the show. You'll automatically get entered into a bit of a prize draw. We'll randomly generate one name. You don't have to do anything. It's not a competition or anything. Just buy something on the show. We'll enter you into the draw, and the chances are you'll be in with the chance of winning this painting that Matthew's going to send to you.
So let's paint in some distant buildings, shall we? So, using the lift-out brush again. This is the extra large one. We'll pop in some little spires. One of the great things about this is that you can alter the direction. I mean, Paris is a very fancy city with all sorts of lovely architecture, as we know. So, just doing this sort of thing in the background, it gives you straight edges straight away. It's a nice way of creating the likes of distant Venice or any of the nice cities. And people that follow me at workshops and on the website and all that, I love painting cities. I've done quite a lot of New York recently and things like that, so it's a nice way of working.
Well, New
So
York in sepia, that would look good,
yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
It even sounds good, don't it, New York in
New
sepia?
York in sepia.
It sounds great, don't it? Central Park and all that business.
Definitely.
So if we pop in these little misty blobs, that's all they are, aren't they? The blobs with a few
It's just a
spots on.
suggestion, isn't it, Matthew?
Yeah. This one's got no sketching, but of course you can sketch. And if you're going for the one-day special, which a lot of you obviously are, watch the shows back on Rewind, is it you call it? Yeah, so you can
Rewind,
check them out again and you can obviously have a double dose of these. But you're not going to be left out there because there is so many resources available. The likes of the SAA. Think about that membership that we spoke about as well.
Yeah, good value to get that.
Let's take that masking tape away. That should leave a clean edge in the distance there. And I'll pop that there for the second. And what I want to do is give that the quickest of dries and then move straight on, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, we're not moving anywhere. Yeah, we'll just give this a very quick dry here. Just as a quick reminder then on the membership of the SAA, and remember AA stands for All Artists in the SAA. You can join it now, today, really quite easily. You go onto the website on hochanda.com. Once you go on the website, you'll see items on this show now. So you don't even need to go to any other page. This is all on the front page of the website. So hochanda.com, on the front page, you scroll along, and then when you get to the very, very end on the right-hand side, you'll find it there. The SAA standard annual membership is £35, UK only. Must say that, it's UK only. Nice picture of a, yeah, is that an emu or an ostrich there? This is looking at me. And then if you scroll down, you've got the hyperlink there. It says click here for SAA membership. That then takes you directly to the website, then the SAA website. You'll notice Hochanda's logo. You'll also notice your Derwent Inktense pencils are on offer there, free when you join the SAA. Check the small print on that, so, okay. But I'm sure they are, but I don't want to sort of promise something and you not get it, but I'm sure they are. But have a look at the Join Now button, click that, and then see what else you need to do to claim your pencils, to claim your other goodies as part of joining the SAA for a year.
Lovely. And don't forget, folks, if you join through the Hochanda link, you also get the DVD for the Amalfi and the wonderful branch and detail brushes set of 2 worth £35.60 just for those 2 items.
It's amazing value. So free membership, technically,
you're in profit,
if you look at it that way.
Absolutely, profit.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to use one of the brushes that is actually in the kit of silver brushes, and it's the rigger brush here. This one is the size 2 rigger brush, okay, which is a lovely pointy brush. A rigger is a old style brush for doing fine detail. Now I want to rotate this on the side because it's a lot easier when I stand here to do this, okay. Normally people would stand at the front to paint, but I stand here because I'm teaching.
So we've got to see it, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to paint in the kind of Eiffel Tower down here. No sketching, and we're going to go straight in there. Now you can see that nice point I'm achieving here, can't you, straight away? Let's put a bit of width there as well. Now it's going to mist into the clouds, let's say. Then we'll pop in some of the nice horizontals that you see. We get the little piece at the top there.
Yeah, the smaller lookout area.
And then every so often we'll pop in a couple of little horizontals.
The ironwork.
You've got the restaurant there.
And yes, that's the restaurant, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the halfway point.
That is. That might be. You can pay just to go halfway, and then it's up to you if you go any further. This reminds me of Superman 2.
Or A View to a Kill.
Oh, A View to a Kill as well. Yeah. Oh, great film.
James
when,
Bond.
The late great Roger Moore is in the restaurant, and then
Grace Jones jumps off the top, I believe.
That's right. She does, doesn't she? She flies off, and then he drives half a BMW off to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
great film.
turning around to confuse people, and then we'll change this over here. So you can see I'm doing this sort of massive ironwork. Now, for those people that have spent a lot of time in Blackpool, that's pretty much Blackpool Tower.
Yes.
At the top there, but obviously if you move further down, it gets a little bit fine, but just look at that point on that brush.
Really fine point on your rigger, isn't it? Yeah.
So you can see these nice little bits of interest and just random stuff, you know.
And you're doing this without a sketch, without, you know, this.
Yeah,
sort of
it's one of those
memory.
things that I've sort of painted a few times, you know. So I've been quite lucky with the old memory. I've always been able to remember pictures rather than names.
Yeah, okay.
I recognise the faces, but not the names.
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, it's all right. You'd be okay on like a witness lineup, wouldn't you? It's him. I wouldn't get his name.
But I know I've seen it before.
I know it was him.
So I'm just popping in these little bits of the old sort of classic sort of legs here and crossing it over here. So it's quite a fine work, I suppose, really, but turn it this way again, here. Try not to put every line in at this distance. You want it to be nice and easy. But it's so nice just using the one colour rather than thinking about mixing and
shading and mixing as
it's
well.
a lovely way of working, it really is.
Would you say, because we've been encouraging people to start watercolouring for nearly 4 years on Hochanda now, is it the first time we've worked with monochrome sepia?
It is, yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily be your first set of saying, look, if you're starting watercolour, start with one colour? Because we would have done this ages ago.
No, it's not a thing to do. It's just it's a style of painting. It's not.
Okay.
It's an easy way of starting.
Okay.
Without question, but it's not.
It's not the only.
It's not essential.
Yeah,
No. It's not a needed technique. You know, it's one of those things where you sort of. It's a style. It's a style of painting.
Yeah.
And I've recently painted a snow leopard in just using 2 colours, but 90% of it was grey, and it just looked so nice. It was lovely to do. And I've kind of got the bug for doing monochromes and sepia at the minute. Hence the reason that we're doing this DVD here today.
Yeah. So you catch the bug now. Go into the sepia maybe. If you've been working in multicolour with your watercolour, maybe now's the time to take that leap into the monochrome and the sepia, see what you can recreate with that, and start with that view of course, Prague. That's on our one-day special. Over 20% of the stock is gone when we last checked on it as well. It's been very busy indeed. And here's everything that you're getting in the one-day special. You'll be able to paint that picture, that image of Prague on the left-hand side of your shot there. You've also got the brand new limited edition and exclusive DVD. You can see the cover for the DVD there. The actual DVD itself, it's literally just gone off to be pressed. It's that new.
Yes.
It's literally that new.
It's fresh.
Yeah, the one that we've got is like a mocked up version, as it were. It's
like
that
pre-production.
brand new. Yeah. And here, I mean, this footage here, Matthew, was it key? Was it so important to you to have it literally step by step, guiding gently through, shot beautifully? Clearly.
Every video I've ever done is done. Nothing's cut out of it.
Yeah.
So if I make a mistake, it's included.
Good.
That's important, you know. Nothing's edited in this. It's all there. It's all broken down. Every little dot, every bird, every lamppost is all there for you. Hence the reason it's on for over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, so we're not missing anything. We're not guessing. Oh, hang on a minute, Matthew just skipped that bit. How did you do? It's there. Just over 2 hours worth.
That's right.
We literally see it from start to finish.
Absolutely.
It's very important.
It's designed
in terms
for that.
of learning.
It is. Yeah. It is important. Yeah.
Okay.
I've popped the tape a little bit lower down, just here. And I'm going to use the extra large lift out brush again, slightly stronger with the sepia colour. And I'm going to pop in a few. I want to scribble in some trees, basically. So I'm working my way forward here. So I'm going to scribble in some trees, quite dark. Going over some of the buildings, but not too many of the buildings, because I want to keep. Some of them need to stay on show. We can leave some light in there as well. So I want to work across with a natural brown. Bring it in here. Because if you've been round the Eiffel Tower, Paris is a huge woodland and park that surrounds it. And there's lots of trees around. And of course it's a nice way of giving it a base if we pop some trees over here. But I'm sort of scuffing the paper. This shows the lovely random texture of watercolour paper. Can you see this kind of speckly edge? That's because it's like a canvas, and that's what's really big about this. When you go into an art shop and you say, I want some watercolour paper, there is a huge amount of papers available, but 99% of those papers are made out of wood. You know? And
this is 100% cotton.
This is cotton, which makes a big, big difference. It really does. I'll pop those trees in there. And we'll take off this masking tape here, leaving another clean edge. Now that could be the edge of the water, let's say, okay? We'll pop that down there. What we'll do is we'll give that a couple of minutes to dry, and then we will come back and we'll put some reflections and some lift out as well.
Okay,
so a nice way of finishing off.
I believe we've only been using our lift-out brush. So, use the rigger briefly on the Eiffel
for doing the tower, we did.
But we've only been using our lift-out brush. Other than that, you could use the edge of the lift-out brush for your Eiffel Tower. Do it in a different way if you want. But that's all in the sort of detail that we can talk about now. But yeah, have a look at the website on hochanda.com. You'll see loads of choices on there for things. The DVD is there for £15.60, so that is it. It's in the one-day special, but it is well worth it in that one-day special because it is worth £15.60. Thanks to the saving on the one-day special, you're only paying about £8 extra for all the other elements in the one-day special. It's a brilliant idea, that. So don't forget the membership either. As we scroll through, you can see all your brushes there singly. You've got your case as well separately. They're all the DVDs. They're all there, $15.99, $15.60, $12.99 for that wonderful book as well. And then Watercolor Mountains, for example, lovely book that we featured before. And then your annual membership of the SAA for all artists, that is, it's £35. Based on the goodies that you're getting with it when you order through Hochanda, you're basically working out as technically getting free membership because you're getting your brushes from Matthew and also that DVD included in it as well. Matthew, it's a wonderful one-day special. So many people have picked it up already.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's different. Again, it's something we've been working on for a while. I mean, this is a nice thing to show because it really shows
the half and
how
half.
the thing works. It shows the half and half, you know, and it's a great way of seeing how having that sketch gives you the foundations and it just makes the painting that little bit easier for you. So we've given you a extra sheet of the pure cotton paper. These do sell on my website for £4.50 each, pre-drawn pictures.
The pre-drawn one, yeah.
So think about that as part of the value as well.
It's amazing to think that. Yeah.
This one's not available anywhere. It's only available here today.
Because of the exclusivity and
because
the brand
it
new,
goes with the DVD. So it's been done especially for Hochanda.
This one here, the printed one, that's permanent ink that's printed that. So £4.50 for one of those pre-printed. Basically, it's a page of this 100% cotton paper.
It is.
Yeah, but then that's been pre-printed, so that on its own would be £4.50 if we could get that design from you, but we can't at the moment. But one like it, you'd be paying £4.50 for that. It's interesting. That makes it even more worthwhile because we're looking at the DVD that's £15.60. You've got, of course, the pre-printed page there, which is £4.50, and then our total price for the one especially is £23.50. Plus, that's a big tube of the natural brown. So
it is. It'll go a long way. And of course, if you look close at the sketch, you can see it looks like pencil. It's designed to look like pencil. It's a direct copy on a super high resolution scanning system that makes it look like the pencil, like you've done it yourself. And it takes some of the fear out of it. But of course, if you want to, don't forget that you could photocopy this.
Yeah.
You can scan it on your own computer. You can trace it onto the sheets as well. But if we break down the 2 hours, 18-minute DVD into the sections, what you've got, it's not just about painting a sepia picture of Prague. We've called the DVD Buildings and Monochrome in Watercolor, Prague in Sepia. So it's not just about that one picture, it's learning how to do shadows, detail, lampposts, statues. Look at those wonderful clouds you've got as well. So it's a complete course in watercolours from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, see, there's a massive value for me there, in that, the fact that you are getting that lesson in watercolour in sepia. So if you've ever wanted to do that, or you want to, this is the day to get the one day special.
Absolutely.
It's not to leave it for another time or something like that. Yes, you get that bigger tube of natural brown, but the key is in the fact that you've got those lessons on over 2 hours worth on that DVD. It's such good value for £23.50 today. Don't miss out. It's 827-876 to order now with Matthew. We have been known to sell out on one day specials and for them to disappear very quickly indeed. So seriously, don't delay on it with a 10% saving, £10 saving rather. That's 20%. When we last checked, it was 20% of the stock had gone. Also, we've got the pick and mix paints on the web. Have a look at these. These are 5-star reviews on the website, hochanda.com. You're picking and mixing 3 for £15.99, and there are loads to choose from there on your pick and mix for your colours. Skin tone dark, natural brown would be ones to go for maybe. Natural yellow. You've got your primary colours in there as well with your natural red, natural yellow, and also your violet for your blue. Really good quality with Matthew as always. And when you read the reviews, you can see the feedback from people. These are real customers, real watercolourists that have given their feedback. And those Matthew Palmer paints as well are pre-mixed too, so they're perfect for things like foliage, leaves, branches, skies, that sort of thing. So yeah, very good feedback and quite rightly on that. So Matthew, we have our Parisian landscape here.
It's shaping up. So it's Paris from the other side of the river looking over. So I'm going to make this look like it's got reflections, put the moon in, it'd be a nice thing to do, and put some life in the trees as well. I think that'll make a nice little painting. And again, don't forget, somebody who buys something from the show, anything from the show,
thanks for reminding me.
Will
it's a giveaway,
win
basically.
this,
Yeah. Buy anything on the show and we'll put you on.
Are we going to do that at the end, are we? Are we going to?
Yeah, let's do that.
We
in
can
this
do
show.
that.
Yeah, we'll announce it in this show.
So, whether you're a complete beginner to watercolours or whether you've been painting for a while, maybe you've never tried the monochrome thing, the sepia thing, well, this is a great chance to do it. Yeah. It's a great way of learning and appreciating shadows, which is wonderful. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to put some highlights in. Lift out brushes, set of 3. You've got the small, you've got the large, and you've got the extra large. These are super sharp brushes, they really are. A gentle squeeze through the finger will remove some of the excess water. And just to show you how we can use this, we can pop in some wonderful highlights to start to make this thing look a little bit more like, wipe it with tissue. Can you see it coming off?
Yeah, lifting it up.
Brushes don't normally do this, but this one's designed for the job. Now, if we was to line it up here, we could almost put the reflection of the moon on, which I'll pop in a minute.
Oh, yeah, you know where that's going to go then, yeah.
So I'm thinking, where's the darkest place to see it, you know?
Okay.
So if we do something like this, can you see how easy it comes off?
Yeah.
So
and you're not damaging it, yeah, that's 100% cotton underneath there. It's not bobbling and you're not making a hole or going through to the next layer. It's not paper that's suddenly dissolving and disintegrating.
That's right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if we go up to about here, and we'll pop in a little bit of an impression of a sort of moon, just coming through it. A misty moon.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be round, does it? Because we can only see bits of it. It's patchy, coming through the
clouds. Exactly. That's what people often forget. They think it's just a round blob.
Yeah,
We'll give it a nice firm dam.
Oh, what a wonderful day to be talking about the moon as well, because 50 years ago today, Apollo 11 set off.
Ah, lovely. Wow,
to the
well, there
moon.
you go then.
Yeah.
So we'll dedicate this painting to those astronauts, shall we?
Let's do it.
And we'll say that this was 50 years ago in Paris.
Yes, 50 years
ago. To the
ago.
night.
The day, yeah.
The day.
Definitely.
In fact, it's the minute.
In fact, that small dot there, yeah.
So you can see how much it's coming off, but that little hint of light there, it just catches and that nice reflection, and it's a nice way of creating a bit of a moonlit Paris, okay? More lifting out. So that's what I'm going to do here is come back to the bigger brush. I just want to pop in a very gentle impression of a few tree branches. Not a huge amount because, of course, it's the summer, as we've discovered.
Oh, yes, of course it is, because it's, July the 16th, yeah.
So we'll pop
1969. We'll have to check what the weather was like then in Paris.
And we've come dressed for the occasion as well.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yes, we have, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
We're themed for the 60s, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of monochrome, one colour, single colour. Got my bangles, my beads.
The Apple Watch and the smart watches.
Yeah. Time travel.
It's from the future. Pop in a few little bits of. You can see it's taking little hints of branches
to the forest.
It just takes the sort of flatness away. And what I want to do here is I want to dampen the area with the same brush just below the trees. Okay, so I'm just using a bit of water, just adding a bit of water to the area where the trees are. Bring it down a touch. And I'll pick up some of the brown, and then we're going to pop in some reflections. So again, I've not used any colours. I'm sticking with the same all the way through. So I'm just popping in a reflection of the trees. Can you see that little bit of water helps the paint to spread? You see.
Yeah.
Bring it over here as well. So that nice sort of dry brush effect. So it's flicking the brush down. We can see it's creating that nice effect of.
Again, it's just adding foreground detail, depth, bringing it alive. Basically, it's making it real, isn't it?
If we extend it a bit more, we can get a very weak reflection of the tower as well. I don't want to see a huge amount of that, to be fair, but just a little bit. So that little bit of an extra width to it just helps to create reflection. Then we can change the direction of the brush and we can pop in a few more horizontal lines.
This is with your extra large lift out brush.
So it's just changing the direction of the brush.
Details at the bottom of the screen for your lift out brush set. It's $9.99 actually. I've never, I don't think, seen those three brushes for $9.99 before. 920-933. And I know what I'd be thinking watching at home. We've answered this question once or twice before, but just to reiterate, what am I going to need? As a viewer, I'll be thinking, what do I buy, from scratch? You get your one day special, grab that definitely. Then choose a set of brushes, and whether it's the lift-out brushes for $9.99 or your big set that come in the case with £30 off, it might be a good day to treat yourself to those because there is such a big saving on them. Either or will do perfectly for you. So it's completely up to you which ones you go for. You may want to, you get the big tube of natural brown in the one day special, so you don't need more paints yet. But if you do want to do them on a pick and mix, you could grab 3 on the pick and mix, and you could get the ones, if you want to stick to your monochromes for now, you could stick to the ones for shading. And what colours were they, Matthew? Sorry to interrupt you, but was it the
fine, yeah.
natural? So you get your natural brown, but which other 3 would you add?
So if you're going for the sort of sepia or the monochromes, I'd go for natural grey.
Yeah.
Light skin tone, dark skin tone, beautiful colours.
Okay, so those 3.
as well as the brown, of course.
You get your brown and your indulgence.
And that's a lovely way of creating sepia, monochromes. Just a final thing on this picture before we wrap things up, because time's disappearing. It's crazy.
This, Matthew, it always does.
We're going to lift away a couple of highlights, and I think we can probably announce a winner, can we?
Yeah, we can in a minute or so. Thank you so much for making a purchase in this hour. Well, in the next minute or so, we will say congratulations to. Let's announce her now, actually. I've had a name just announced to me, so I shall announce her name to you too. It's Rosemary Janes. Congratulations to you. You have won this painting. And thank you very much for making a purchase on this hour, Rosemary. A very good evening to you. We shall grab your details and we shall send this out to you this evening.
So I'm just going to finish this off by giving it the quickest of dries. Can you see I've put a bit of a highlight on the building there with the lift out brush as well, which helps to create that effect. So if I give that a final dry here, because there's one last thing I want to do. That's flown by that hour.
That has flown by. But the fact that you've created that in an hour as well. Amazing.
A craft knife, which I guess that most people that have bought the One Day Special have a craft knife.
Have one somewhere, yeah.
And I want to use this to put that little bit of extra light horizontal for the moonlight.
Yeah.
Physically scraping out. You can put as much as this if you like. Don't be afraid of this, because it just puts that little bit of evening sparkle to the water. And let's face it, everyone enjoys a bit of evening sparkle, don't they?
Evening sparkle with Matthew.
It's also nice to take the masking tape away.
Oh yeah, for that natural frame, that gives
because
it
gives you the crisp edge, don't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And hopefully,
look at
you
this.
enjoyed watching that, folks, and hopefully you've gone for the One Day Special, because that is a beautiful thing to paint in watercolours. One colour, pretty much one brush, and it's all there for you in that One Day Special. Super value, 23.
£23.50. But when, Matthew, you say pretty much one brush, that was the extra large lift out brush that you used for the majority of it. You used the rigger brush briefly, so you can do this, you can achieve it, and you can watch Matthew again at 8 o'clock tonight live, and you can watch this show and that show and tomorrow's shows again on Rewind, so you see all the hints and tips there. Grab the DVD, grab the One Day Special and go for it, Matthew.